My name is Calvin Gavitt, and the name of this ethical dilemma is Boy Bye. This case is about a first-year college student named Imani. She has an internal moral dilemma with ghosting. When she got to college, she wanted to dive into her social life and maybe start dating someone new. So, to do this, she installed some dating apps and began swiping. But she didn't keep this up for long before deciding that online dating wasn't really her thing. She wanted to just delete the apps that she'd installed and forget about the boys. However, she didn't feel right about ghosting. She thought that it was wrong to do that to a bunch of different guys. So she asked her best friend Jake. Jake proceeded to tell her that it's not a big deal at all to ghost someone. I mean, look, it's already so common. But it turns out this conversation with Jake just made her decision even more difficult and confusing. The primary ethical dilemma in this case is about Imani deciding whether her morals should be outweighed by societal norm or the behavior of her closest peers. The actual dilemma that Imani is facing is not truly about ghosting, but about the kindness of her heart and how heavily she weighs kindness in her conscience. I selected this situation because it is very important to me personally. I believe that the normalization of ghosting is a poisonous side effect of the denigration of dating and hookup culture. We hardly see healthy long-term relationships anymore. Even the better half of marriages end in separation. So because of this perceived ineffectiveness of long-term dating or marrying, people have opted for selfish dating. That is, linking up with a partner because of what you have as an individual, what you as a person desire, and nothing else. This henceforth revealing why people do not care much for ghosting somebody else. If they no longer see themselves getting anything out of a certain situation, then they have no reason to care anymore. I believe that if Imani wants to disengage from the online dating realm, then she should. She should definitely do so. However, I believe that she should at least send messages to the guys that she was talking with, explaining her decision. We know that Imani herself hates being ghosted because it leaves her questioning her self-worth or maybe how interesting she is. So because she feels this way, she should not intentionally inflict that on other people. But instead, she should let them know that she has just made a decision to remove herself from the game. It's not them. It's just that it maybe wasn't the right situation for her. It is then up to the other party to believe what she said or not. But if they don't believe her, it is not any fault of Imani's. It is simply the fault of distrust based on what they have experienced in the past or been told about relationships. The primary stakeholders in this instance are Imani and the guys that she matched with. No one else is involved, and so Imani should not be concerned with what Jake said. He has no bearing on the situation and does not know any of the dudes that Imani matched with. If he did know them, I'm certain his advice would have been different. Instead of encouraging Imani to just ghost them, he probably would have told her that they are people too, just like her, and so she should be honest and tell them what is going on, as opposed to just leaving them grasping at straws for answers. All this said, there are obvious arguments for the idea of ghosting. There is a reason why it is so popular. For Imani, if she just tells those dudes that she is deleting the dating apps, then they might tell themselves that, oh, that's just an online dating thing, I still have a chance. And if they think that, then they might try and seek her out in other ways. This could lead to stalking or other things dangerous of that nature. Another point would be that it really is quite simple and convenient for a person. For Imani to just delete the app, delete the applications that she downloaded and forget about everything in them. That'd be very easy and be a quick solution to her problems. Imani knows that she wants to stop. So what if she texts the guys her situation, that is, the fact that she wants to delete the apps, and one of them has a response that she really loves? What then? Then maybe she convinces herself that it's not so bad, and that she should keep trying, even though we know that's not what she wanted. She wanted to be done. Overall, whichever decision she makes comes down to her own internal moral compass. And if she wouldn't feel any remorse for ghosting them, then she should feel free. As humans, we get to make our own decisions, and I think that's beautiful. But she could also feel like she would be doing something against her own conscience. And if that was the case, then she should respond to that conviction and treat those dudes like they are people, just like her.